Would you guys want to marry like a rich guy and pay all your bills and you guys can never work again? Would that make you happy?
What's his personality
Okay,
like?
and why?
Is he hot?
Yeah, and like why
He's
do I
hot.
have to never
I
work
don't know.
again? I like to
Say
work.
he's super hot and he's like, hey, you know what? You can just stay home and like you can
Is
live
he
in
AI? That sounds like not real.
I've never sat in this seat before.
more balanced.
Yeah, because this is Pritesh's.
Oh, I don't know.
Great. Okay.
Darn, looking good, looking sharp.
Yeah.
I like the hair.
Looking muscular.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to grow my hair out and stuff.
Huh?
I signed with some new print agent and they were like, we need you looking older.
What do you mean older?
Older?
What are you talking about?
They
You're
were-
not in between age almost.
They were like, you look like you're in your 30s.
Yeah.
Isn't that a good thing?
No, they were like, we need you to like look like you're in your 40s at least.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Anyways,
We're going for those dad roles.
so this is a really loose episode, so whatever, right? It's no rules
call
to
me
this.
that.
What's going on, guys? My name's Tarun Shetty. Welcome to the CONVO Sutra. Here with another, I always say this, but it is truly an amazing episode. And it's a very special all-female panel episode. Woo! With girls who have been on the, women who have been on the podcast before. So I love how you guys are all talking, like you couldn't stop talking and then all of a sudden it's dead silence.
Don't talk until the podcast starts.
But first, how about we do a quick intro for our audio listeners?
Hi guys, my name is Genevieve Dube. I am a comedian, stand-up comedian, and actress. And disappointment to Tarun. Not my parents.
No, I wouldn't have you back.
Hey guys, what's up? My name's Priya Mehta. I'm a comedian, actor, producer, and thank you for having me back there. And I'm loving it.
What's up, you guys? I'm Jazz. I'm the host of the Hot Chai Pod, a Bollywood gossip and film review podcast. Check it out on YouTube. Happy to be here.
Jazz dressed up like she's out gonna hit the town.
It's Saturday.
What are you doing after this?
Yeah, what are you doing after this? What's
Don't
happening?
talk to her about what she's doing after this.
We have meetings.
Meetings?
That's what we're calling them now.
Interviews.
Meetings?
Interviews. Oh,
Okay, yeah.
Interviews.
Interview makes sense, actually. I
Yeah.
will sign off.
I never know how to dress sometimes when I come here because sometimes I'll watch the show and I'm like, these girls really bring it, you know? And then I come on today and you guys look like nice and modest and I came in looking
No, you look
a
like
little bit edgy. A little
Girl.
edgy today.
You're looking good.
Last time I came, I wore a sweatsuit because I felt kind of bloated, and the girls were looking great. So you know, I
Feel that.
Give the people what they wanted.
yeah.
No.
I think you should be. I mean, you should care somewhat because people do watch it.
Don't look homeless.
Sorry, to watch it.
I know you guys have had a back and forth about
Yeah, he's on
fashion.
me all the time. I showed up today. I'm like a combo of like the 12-year-old boy we were talking about and a woman a little bit. I feel like I brought a combo.
Well, that's your brand, though. You're a comedian, so
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Thank
you're
you
like,
so much.
this is how I want to relate to the audience.
I love it.
Thank you so much.
She wore like a sweatsuit one time.
Yeah, I did. Just straight up. It was great. It was awesome.
Get it, girl.
I was comfortable. You know.
Exactly.
gotta be
Yeah.
comfortable.
Thank you. You hear what she said?
what?
I'm comfortable. That's what she said.
I want you to be comfortable in the podcast.
Yeah, just
Why would I
dressing like a
want
woman.
otherwise?
Last time he said, "Do not show up looking like a 12-year-old boy." He literally said it.
And you're like, you know what? I'm gonna wear my Playboy shirt for the next episode.
Yeah, literally.
What's up?
Good. Well, you all look fabulous.
Thank you so much.
All right. I'm not gay. This is a. I just want to be clear to the fans.
You all look fabulous.
But I did write questions. So that
Okay,
way there is some
great.
kind of order to
Structure.
this.
Oh,
Yeah, some
otherwise
structure.
It's gonna be chaotic. I feel like we're gonna run it.
What? What'd you say?
It's gonna be chaotic if you didn't have questions prepared.
Yeah, it would just
otherwise-
people would be like tuning off. Like,
Yeah.
what else is on
I
YouTube?
don't know. What we have to say is pretty interesting. Okay.
As female, you guys are all diverse. Even she's actually French Canadian. I don't know if you know that. Genevieve is.
Je parle français.
Tu parles français vraiment?
Un petit peu.
Un petit peu. Wow! Good job. Oh my god, are you okay? Petit peu. Tu parles un peu aussi? Yeah.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
J'ai étudié pendant 4 années.
Oh my.
J'ai étudié le français pour 7 ans.
7 ans. Wow.
Mais j'ai oublié
People
beaucoup.
are clicking
Yeah,
off
yeah,
this
yeah.
podcast
I'm
as
so
we
sorry.
speak.
Can I be part of the conversation here? Her
The
speaking
NRS
French
in
is
Canada
sexy.
are staying on. They're staying on.
Yes.
They
Nobody
all took
watches this in
French.
Canada.
Oh my god, you don't know that? My family watched the episode I was on,
Your
okay? And my
family.
friends. So there you go.
There you go.
There are
Look
people
at
in
that.
Canada
I
watching
found
You
a
don't
new-
know.
I
You
found a
don't
new
know.
audience.
I bet uncles in India are watching us right now being like, yeah, give us more.
Anyway.
I wrote questions.
Okay,
Yeah, got it.
yeah,
Yes.
Go.
So, how hot am I? I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. What? No. These are the questions.
Too hot, according to the print agency.
Ooh, take your shirt off. Show us what you got. Let's see.
She's got muscles over.
I know.
I mentioned she's French Canadian because she actually is diverse. So, I mean, have you guys dated, and you're Indians, have you dated outside your race, and have you dated outside French Canadians?
God, yeah. Who haven't I dated? You know, it's been a melting pot. It's been a mix of all of the things. I will say that when my mère, my grandmother, was alive, she was like begging just any of the grandkids to please end up with a French Canadian boy.
Sounds about right.
Did not happen yet. I'm the last one. So we'll see.
Because the language thing too?
It's just like a cultural language thing. It's
Cultural
definitely like a
pride.
cultural thing. Language, yeah, and language. And there's pride in being French Canadian because so much of the country, it's technically a bilingual country. We have 2 official languages, but a lot of the country isn't French, or it feels like it's taxing to have to learn the language until grade 9. That's the last time they have to take the class. I went to like full French school, so it's different. But yeah, again, like most of the country isn't really proud of the French heritage there. So there's pride in that culture. There's an entire culture around it, but yeah.
So the answer is yes, you have.
Okay, that was a really long way.
have
You're welcome.
People need to know.
Yeah, I'm just getting it out there, okay? For my dead grandmother. Why are you making me feel bad about
You
that?
honored her well.
Thank you so much.
I think dating wise, I've dated Indians, but like situationships or flings. I've dated like, a couple white boys here and there, but nothing was like serious. But I've gone on dates with non-Indians. I think like just relationships wise, it's been mostly, Indians.
Wait, flings? You've had like one night stands with like...
Not one night stand. She's saying like casual dating.
I mean, it could be
I'm helping.
a little bit of both. It could be both. But also, I also lived in Brazil for like
didn't know
8
that.
months.
You did?
Yeah.
my
I
God.
worked and lived there in 2014.
What were you doing there?
I was working for a travel tourism company, helping them with like finances, sales, marketing, and it was a startup, so it was like a small team.
Oh, you were in finance, right?
Yeah. So at that point, I was meeting people from all over. Like I was there during World Cup, like 2014. So I was meeting people from all over. So met people from Spain and France and Italy. So yeah,
But you only like to seriously date brown boys.
yeah. I don't think I've explored it enough. Like I don't think I've given
Brown
myself
boys?
the brown
Brown
boys.
Monday.
All hot boys. No, yeah, I think I haven't like I don't think I've even tried to. So I'm open to it, but I think my go-to is just like my comfort or my my comfort level is just like Indian because it's what I've been brought up with, less explaining. But
Sure.
I do love all cultures and races. I do.
Hi, yeah. So I'm a very open-minded person, born and raised in SoCal. But I think I have my niche targets. Yeah, like
Which is Indian.
no, I like Persian.
Oh,
a lot of
Persian.
yeah, a lot of
Persians
Jewish
are
people connect with me for some reason.
That's cool.
And yeah, then more recently it's been more Indian, which has been interesting.
You guys are not going to remember this game show. It was called The Dating Game.
Yeah, of
Bruce might
course.
know. Remember that game back in like...
Yes.
And like one guy would ask these like 3 girls questions.
Are you gonna choose one of us at the end?
I feel like,
TV show next.
Let's go on a date.
I feel like that's what I'm doing right now. I'm like asking you guys questions. So if you were an animal, what would it be?
Oh my god.
Monkey.
No,
Thank you for asking.
Oh my god.
What? It's true.
Why?
Why? They have so much fun.
That's true.
They're always playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great tales.
Evolutionarily, we're close.
Yeah.
this is your own choice. It's not because of your parental stuff.
Yeah, for me, it's my own choice. I don't think my parents probably deep down would have a preference. Maybe they think, but I also think it does make my life easier. I like to eat a lot of Indian food. I watch a lot of Bollywood, so it's nice when someone can kind of just slip on in and understand that.
I think I'm more open-minded nowadays. Now I'm not like... I feel like a lot of Indian women get taken in their
Younger.
late 20s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the good ones. The train wrecks stick around.
Excuse you. Excuse you.
What?
Insane.
So we're the train wrecks all aboard.
Well, I'm talking my age. So,
Oh, got it.
So, or they get divorced.
Divorced. Yeah.
And you got like a bunch of baggage you got to like deal with.
Yeah.
So
You're not in the mood.
also, I'm just kind of focused on my own stuff. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. Well, that's the podcast. Thanks for thanks for
Tarun's like, I made up my mind. It's neither of them.
Actually,
Nobody.
Nobody, please.
I'm not French Canadian, and I don't want these two.
I am gay, actually. I did switch teams
Yeah,
by the end
yeah.
of this podcast.
We made him switch teams on the pod. That's what we
hilarious.
did.
I would feel actually so proud of myself.
That would actually be amazing. Yeah.
I know, actually, yeah.
I wish
You are
that
welcome.
happened.
Is your Coke problem okay? Is that why you keep rubbing your nose?
No, I have allergies, guys. It's
The
not a Coke
allergies
problem,
are
I
insane.
swear to
They've
God.
definitely been intense lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's been sick.
Yeah.
I haven't been sick, but my face is like 2 inches from this, and I don't know who was talking. Into this
Oh, she
before.
was.
Okay, we're good. I trust
Maybe
it.
it's my perfume.
No, it's good.
Well, you mentioned 30s. That's actually a question. What is something you learned in your 30s that you would tell your 20-year-old self?
I saw that trending on TikTok.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Where you got that?
Where do you think I got
Are
these
you the
questions
lady?
from?
Oh my god.
Going through TikTok, that was good.
This is easy for me. I started comedy in my 30s. And
Nice.
thank you so much. Just be true to who you are and don't be. I would tell myself in my 20s, like, be true to who you are and don't be shy about it. Because I was very shy about what I was really feeling inside and wanting to do with my life. And that's something that I've come into in my 30s. I'm very happy and proud of that. So definitely that. Do it sooner. And dump him. Oh my God. Literally, please. Anyway,
That's really good
sooner.
advice.
That's
Yeah.
great advice.
Dump him?
That's
Yeah.
that's universal advice.
Yeah.
It is. You don't even need to know the context. Just do it.
Just fucking do it.
women
You're
are
20s.
so-
I
What's your
promise you,
response
girl.
on Reddit?
Girl,
Relationships
I
up,
promise
dump
you. I swear to God, girl, whoever's in their 20s and they're kind of like putting up with a lot right now, fucking
Maybe he'll
dump
change
him.
it. Yeah, dump
no,
him. Yeah,
Women
no.
are ruthless.
Well, you're gonna come into yourself in your early 30s. I promise you, or your late 20s. Like you're not gonna.
It's not the end all be all.
Yeah, I promise you that it's not the end all be all. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think, yeah, similar to that, it's just like giving yourself permission to carve out a life that's not what's expected,
Yes.
right? Like you can, disregard society's rules. I feel like you have to follow some sort of rule book in your 20s. And I want to be like, take that, throw it away, and write your own rule book because you need to be fully aligned with yourself. And I also think in your 20s, you're still figuring out who you are. And also, it's okay to be different from everyone around you. It's not a weakness, it's a strength. Because I always felt that way of like, oh, should I be doing this or trying to find somebody while all my friends are getting engaged and married?
Yeah.
And literally my gut was like, no, not yet. You're gonna be fine. Like, you're on your own path and things are gonna happen on your own terms and like nothing's wrong with you.
Everything will be fine, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe mine's like more depressing. I don't.
What is it? Tell us.
Because I've been thinking about this since I saw the trend. Like, what would you go back and tell your 20?
Quit drinking.
Drink more.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Drink more while you have the metabolism. But no, I guess mine is because I'm very social. I have a lot of friends, a lot of friend groups, and I wouldn't take any of that back because I've had a lot of fun experiences and like travel and stuff that have come my way from that. But I would say just because you think someone is your friend doesn't mean that they are.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like, you know, the people sometimes that you think you're close to don't actually like have your best interests at heart or are happy for you or
That's incredibly good advice. And I
kinda
think a lot
dark.
of women, by the way, in their late 20s, a lot of the women that I know shed a lot of their friends almost. You go through this weird breakup and it feels like the end of the world to kind of distance yourself from these girlfriends. But it's exactly that. You don't need 1,000 friends. You need a few really good ones.
There's a quote. It's like people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and it's like the reason is to teach you some sort of lesson. A season is like if you're vicinity friends and you're in different phases and you're still friends, but you're going to be closer to certain ones. And then lifetime, where you're just like your ride or dies, which are always going to be
have you
there.
guys cut off people from your lives?
oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
We're all like, yes, with a huge smile on our face. And my life is so peaceful.
Yes, exactly. That's why we're all smiling. We've all done it.
Yeah.
You guys are like boyfriends or like friends?
Like
Friends.
I mean, of course, boyfriends.
too.
You gotta
Fuck 'em.
dump him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have to like know, but I think sometimes it's insidious and like it's easy to like shed away friends like who move away and stuff, and sometimes you don't keep in contact, and you're like, okay, yeah, they were just a season. It was a party season friend. We're not going to be lifelong friends. But some people, you know, you might start to see that they might have behaviors that are damaging to your
Yes.
life in
Yes.
small ways,
Yeah.
and you might not even see it. I've had to. This recently happened where my very close girlfriend was like, you know what? I don't think that person's your friend.
Yeah.
Like they say some things about you, right in front of everybody, and you think it's a joke, but like they're not your friend. And I'm
Or
like,
just
"Oh."
negative people. That's
interesting.
mostly what I shed from like friendships.
Or you trigger like insecurities from others
Yeah.
that bring out things that you're just
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, well.
just negative people I can't fuck with. But
I don't mind negative people.
yeah, I get it.
That doesn't bother me.
I love that.
Yeah, don't be too positive.
You do this test where you see like you just stop texting them or calling them, see if they call you back.
I've done that.
I've done that. You ever do this?
That's manipulative as fuck, and I have not done that.
I've done it. I don't know actively, but I think you're like,
Well, it's more of like I'm putting in
I'm
all the
always
effort.
put in the
Yeah.
effort.
I like
Do they
that.
want to have dinner with me?
Like, is this
why
relationship?
am I bothering?
I have.
Yeah.
Or is it-
Sorry, I should have clarified. I have done that with men before, but never like girlfriends.
Kind of
Never
with
friends.
like girlfriends, guy friends.
I do think it's
Same,
maybe
everyone, yeah.
yeah.
You're gonna have to in LA too. I feel like this is a social climbing town, so
Yeah.
a lot of people want to kind of glom onto you and ride the rocket ship.
Oh yeah,
See what you can do for them.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But you also learn. You know what's common about all three of you? And I don't know if you know each other that well, but like you're all highly educated. Like you've all like done graduate school and stuff. So
I haven't.
oh, I thought you were in.
No.
Oh,
I
was
did
just successful.
I did finance, but no, definitely no. I didn't do grad school.
oh well, maybe not Priya. But I,
You guys are. Though.
but I do think your experiences, even though like you're all talking about, oh yeah, it's okay to live differently. I think these experiences are really valuable in your life. That because if you're just, I know some people who just did stand-up comedy or they came out of college or they dropped out of college and did acting and they're so like one-dimensional because they never like really got to live life. So there is some value in that.
Yeah, for sure. And my mom always said that, like, nothing is a loss. I've had moments of being like, I wish I did this sooner, but I actually am kind of happy that I started it when I did and that I had those experiences. And I feel like any kind of education, whether it's high school or whatever, it opens you up as a person and you just become a, more objective, well-rounded person for some people, not everyone, obviously. So yeah, I think that's accurate.
I'm glad my 20s were the way they were, even though I was like, oh, should I have started this sooner? I look back and I'm like, actually, no, because I was able to make money and then figure out what I love, what lights me up, what are my passions, and then kind of like pave my own way to see like, okay, how can I actually get there? And
Yeah.
and I've learned so much in that to be like, you know what? I'm not late. I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Maybe 2 years ago, I was really struggling when I moved out of LA and I came back from Florida. And I had zero, like all my agents dropped me. I wish I just did something else because I had no skill set to fall back on except for like my work ethic. It's really hard to stop, restart all over again.
I think that's true for anyone who does leave the workforce, though. I think like you see that with like women who have children and then they want to take a few years break. And sometimes employers, and they should be more forgiving, are like, well, you have a few years break. It's like, okay, well, I was at home raising my children. I guess that's not a good enough excuse. Or they feel like you're behind the times. Like you haven't, because I work in tech, right? And they're like, oh, you haven't kept up with the technologies and like, are you still relevant? And it's unfortunate.
Also with AI coming, I mean, forget about it.
You forget,
Yeah.
This podcast will be replaced by AI.
Yeah, for real though.
AI is coming for all of us. I mean, you think about it in your tech job, getting replaced.
Irreplaceable, baby. No, I'm kidding.
No, like that's the mindset to
highly
have.
replaceable. Yeah, I'm actually working on for my tech job. We're building out a automated AI platform for business. So
So you're building the jobs that are going to
Yeah.
replace you. Got it. Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Cool.
yeah,
Would you guys want to marry like a rich guy and pay all your bills and you guys can never work again? Would that make you happy?
What's his personality
Okay,
like?
and why?
hot?
Yeah, and like,
Yeah.
why
He's
do I have
hot.
to never
I
work
don't know.
again? I like
Say
to work.
he's super hot and he's like, hey, you know what? You can just stay home and like you can
Is
live
he
in.
AI? That sounds like not real.
What if he was?
you're saying would you want to be in like a traditional?
This isn't
Would
a
I date a
Provider.
robot? Yes, I would date a robot.
Sounds like great, actually.
Say some guy was like, Priya, I'm going to marry you, but
No more comedy.
no more comedy, but you can hang out and you can fly wherever you want and you have a credit card.
It wouldn't be.
No. Absolutely not. Also, humor is such a big part of my life. Like I expect him to be funny too. So
He
it's
is
like
funny.
He's funny. He's
Oh,
hilarious.
he's funny, but
But
he
you're
said
both-
I can't be funny.
Well,
No, you
not-
can't
not
be funny on
publicly.
stage.
No, absolutely no. Hell no. Fuck no. Absolutely not. No amount of money. Mm-mm.
Interesting.
No amount of money.
No amount of.
No amount of money. I don't believe that to be true.
I think the right guy.
What if someone like gave
Okay,
you a
wait,
check
hold on.
now
Maybe
to
not
stop
stage, but then what if
performing?
he's like, let me just pay to produce your own show.
No, he doesn't
He's
want
There's
that-
a problem with you performing.
Yeah.
He doesn't like
He wants
it.
you to stay home and take care of like your 8
And he
kids.
doesn't love me.
Your 8 dogs.
Actually, wait. This whole thing is not even about love.
He didn't say he loved you.
Yeah, you didn't say that.
You just thought you're super hot.
How good is the sex?
A 7.
I don't know.
You can be bought. Everybody has a price. Everybody has a price.
So Jasmine's a
yours?
yes.
No, I'm actually not a yes.
You're not a yes.
I'm not, surprisingly. I look like I'm a yes. I'm not a yes.
I'm not a yes either. No.
I
You
can't be
you
managed.
suppress this.
I can't be told what to do.
Yes.
Yeah,
I can't be managed, but I'm sure there is a price tag. You know, it's like if somebody someone wired me, they're like, "Here, I'll give you
$5 billion.
$5 billion." I would stop working. But that's the
He's
thing.
not
I
going
don't
to give
live.
you. It's your,
I don't
it's your
live to
joint
work.
bank account.
Yeah.
You guys
I
are
don't
sharing
live
the money.
shared bank account. I don't live to
No,
work.
see?
So I could, if I could cash out, right? If the product I'm building now sells, I don't need to keep working. I don't.
What if he's like, no more
thrive day
Bollywood
to day.
podcast?
Also the podcast, yeah. That's how I would look at it as an acquisition.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I would sell out in a second. You
Yeah,
kidding
but
me?
it depends how much because
Tarun's like, goodbye, ConvoSutra.
Yeah.
you have
I
to,
would.
but you have to be given some assurances because a lot of people will just quit their job and be a homemaker and become very financially dependent on something that is not that stable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've taken themselves out of the workforce and like good luck getting back in if something should happen. So
I know a lot of females like that, and they've pieced out. And I know people who are married rich, and then they get divorced, and they have no life skills.
they don't have life skills or, the prenup was really strong or something and you kind of have to be thoughtful about that. It sounds
guys.
glamorous.
Prenup. She said it, not me.
I'm very pro prenup.
I mean, the older you get, you're like, hey, I've worked so hard. Like, listen, I don't trust nobody.
But Genevieve, you're a wild stallion. You will never be contained.
This is true. This is
Props.
true. Thanks,
Unless
girl.
ICE deports you to Canada.
Also
Then-
that I'm genuinely scared to come back into the US the next time I come back in.
Honestly?
Yeah. My family keeps sending me like articles about Canadians being like arrested at the border and
Oh my God.
like it's pretty aggressive. It's
scary.
really scary. Yeah. I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. And I have shows in New York, just gentle plug, in mid-May. And genuinely, like I go back to Canada April 30th and I'm like actually worried about coming back in.
Well, you can do like yuck yucks in Toronto or something.
Yeah, I've done them.
Sounds fun.
It's great. They're usually sold out. I'm not going to speak ill about it. Let's move on. Thank you.
Hey, sorry to interrupt. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. It helps us so much. Thanks. Here's some more questions that ChatGPT wrote.
I love ChatGPT.
It's literally my best friend.
My therapist, my best
No, I
friend,
wrote
my
some of these
soulmate.
questions.
Yes.
I'm like, I
People
love
do
you
use it
so
as a
much.
therapist.
And I do, and you know what? Now it understands me,
Yes.
so it's like, girl,
Yes, yes,
please.
yes.
I'm like, oh, chat.
It calls me Gigi and it uses emojis and it goes, girl, da 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 da. Like,
Mine uses emojis too. And I'm like, I literally will type out, I love you so much. And they're like, thank you. You're making my circus overheat.
I always thank it. Like,
Yeah, I
it's a
always
person.
thank you too.
Do you guys pay for that extra service, the $20 a month thing?
My work does.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Then I'm,
Yeah.
I'm basic.
on there.
No, I'm cheap. I'm good Jew. I'm not.
I had to upgrade the other day to turn my photo of my dog into a human. So that's why.
You know what?
literally why.
No,
That's worth it.
That's why I
That's how
upgraded.
they got us.
Thank you so much. I did it for the TikTok
They knew how to get Americans to upgrade.
and Canadians apparently. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Send it to me. I can put it on the podcast.
Okay.
Yes, I want to see it too.
Yeah, I will.
Everybody wants to know what this photo
What
looks
kind
like.
of dog do you have?
Don't get me started. Oh my God. She's a Party Standard Poodle. This is her.
Oh my God, that's
a
so
big
cute.
poodle.
Show the camera.
It's very cute.
Like zoom in on it.
Oh my God. Can you see my notifications? Okay, good.
How old is she?
I don't want to talk about that. I'm upset. She's 5. She's going to be 6 this summer.
Okay.
I can't.
My dog's 5.
It's still
Big dogs.
Five.
Big dogs.
My dog's a Doberman.
Oh my God. There you go. No, I'm just like
And you
way
know
too
what?
close to her.
If I didn't even bother doing I want to say human photo of him because I think we look the same.
Really?
Yeah.
I do. I've heard that from people. I think my dog and I look the same. So
Oh my God.
it's my
wish.
actual son.
I grew up with a Shih Tzu.
No, it's my daughter as well. You grew up with a Shih Tzu?
15 years.
I can see that for you. You're giving Shih Tzu energy.
I look at I get people's face like, what the? My dog would
Giving
literally,
chaos.
my dog was racist. He would only like other Shih Tzus, and
Tzus?
any other dog just lose his mind. I'm like, come on, bro.
Sure.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like he doesn't like black people or something.
I mean, like dogcist, like against other breeds of
Breedist.
breedist. There we go.
Okay, I will say my dog loves a lot of dogs, but she is more fond of other like standard poodles or the doodles
They know.
that are out there.
Yeah.
know.
They
The
know.
doodles know. The doodles know.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of weird though? I mean, this is like an old joke. When a dog like hooks up with another dog, like looks exactly like himself. When a
Oh
female,
yeah.
You know,
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying?
Ew.
I get it.
It's
a
like
little
me like
incestuous.
trying to procreate with myself.
Well, isn't there a thing where it's like some you're attracted to some traits in others that you have in yourself?
I mean, a lot of people
God, I
say
hope
you do
not.
marry someone you look
You
like.
look, yeah. Because
Oh,
we are looking at
God.
ourselves.
A lot of people think that.
Yeah.
Because you spend a lot of time looking in the mirror, so
go,
it's
"Oh,
like a
God."
familiarity. Mm-hmm. So then you're like, oh, that's what I'm attracted to, is that kind of.
And I've seen it too, like some features in guys like that are like, oh, he has similar like eyes to me. Like,
Yeah.
interesting.
I date a lot of guys with big noses, so.
You do not. Your
Yeah,
nose
your
is
nose
gorgeous.
is great.
Okay. Well, whatever. But relatively, that's a preference.
Yeah.
I don't like a nice nose.
I mostly date guys also with another big feature.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just to go there. But yeah.
I mean, why not?
Way to make this podcast R-rated, Genevieve.
you're welcome.
It's called the CONVO Sutra for a reason. You know what I mean?
Since we're on that topic,
Not written by ChatGPT.
I came up with this on my own, by the way. What's your preference in guys? What do you find most attractive in a guy?
Personality.
Like comedy?
Sense of humor.
I mean, what are we talking about? Are we talking about like physical, or like assuming
Whatever.
physical is fine? Then what's
It
the
can be whatever
Also,
it
big
is.
dick is that's
It can be
great.
whatever it is.
most attractive?
Personality.
Is
Yeah,
personality
yeah.
most attractive is personality?
But like, are we doing what
it
about
can't be-
personality? Because personality is.
This is a basic question. What's one quality in someone that you find most attractive in a man when you meet him on a date?
It's
I need an example.
genuinely personality. Like if you looked at the pot of my ex-boyfriends, none of them look the same. None of them are the same age. We're just like putting them into like one
collection
little
is
like
this?
I don't know.
Bracket.
They all look different. It's just like whatever attracted me in their personality. I also like a good smile, and I have this weird. I'm not gonna say it's a fetish. It's more of like a. I appreciate good hands. I like big hands,
Yeah.
long fingers, elegant. Like yeah. Oh, oh my god, I was getting excited.
now we know. Now we know what you really like. Okay, got it.
So good. Anyway,
Yeah. So personality, but I definitely like sense of humor, humility, how humble he is.
yeah.
And I really like nice hair.
I like nice hair.
Like a
I like nice hair.
Men with hair transplants.
What's happening with on your head?
Oh, you want to date me?
Tarun's still trying. Tarun's still like, which one of you is gonna date me?
What would you say is the
what about
most
you?
important quality in a woman? Because I do think I
Yeah.
don't want to hate on my girls here, but to say personality, I think is a cop out. Because you wouldn't date them if you weren't attracted to them. Because there are
guys
some
are gonna
guys who have
show-
the best
Hold on.
personalities in the world.
I have to say this genuinely. You can speak to my friends or family. Sometimes I'm like, this is the hottest man alive. He's so attractive. And then they see the photo and they're like, what the
Okay.
Like I genuinely will be like, this is the hottest man alive. Sounds like a good thing. It means like I love you for you and I find you hot for you. But the minute they start to give me the ick, all of a sudden I actually see how
See
they
their
look
face,
and I'm
yeah.
like, what the like what?
Yeah.
Okay,
When?
okay.
I get that. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
Like no matter how attractive they are, something about them turns you off, and you're like,
Eventually. No,
Eventually.
but they'll be like, I guess conventionally like not that attractive apparently, but I think they're I think like they're the hottest man alive, genuinely. And so many times people have been like, I don't think you're like a match physically. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's so
don't
hot.
get
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
That is nice, yeah. All right, you proved me wrong. Fair enough.
yeah. What about you, Tarun? What do you look for in girls?
Other than great glutes.
I think being attractive is a nice personality, but number one is I choose women who choose me. Like if I don't feel like
Pursued.
not even pursued,
hunted.
not even pursued. Like you
Treasured.
can just tell when someone's into you or not, and if they're not,
What about like before that though? Just based off.
it's right away though. It's right away. You can tell if someone's like into you or not, and if they're not into you, then I'm really good about emotional detachment just through like past trauma and stuff. So like I just detach like a robot. I'm like, okay.
You don't want to convince anyone.
What if
I-
you're
I
getting
don't.
to know her and you're both just kind of in this like we don't know talking phase? What about
You're in
that?
a big social circle and you haven't like super
yeah, like you
interacted
see
or
someone at a
something.
party and it's just like you don't know yet.
I will definitely make my intentions known. I'll ask them out, but like, yeah, after that, it's it's really you can just tell if I have fun with someone on a date. That's number one, but I guess I have to see that interest. Like that's number one for me with all relationships. I have been in relationships where she's kind of been half in. My game's pretty tight, and she was slowly like a kid in a candy store, and I'm just losing her. I'm like, what am I doing? Fighting up? I'm swimming upstream here.
What about friendships that blossom
It's the deposition.
into love?
What if?
There's so many what ifs though, right?
Yeah.
There's so many like
Yeah. No, what if friendships? What?
what if what about a friendship that blossoms into love? Because sometimes you don't
Friends to lovers.
You're friends to lovers. You don't see someone in a certain light, but then you spend a lot of time with them and you get to know them and you're like, oh, wait a minute.
You like them for their
Hold on.
personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had that happen, although I had a girl like jump me once who was a good friend of mine. And
Jump you as in like jump on you?
well, she like tried to make a move on me. It's my early 20s. I knew nothing about women. But she was like, wanting to hang
changed.
out, pretty much. But she always wanted to hang out. And I was like, okay, cool. We're just hanging out as friends. And then I realized I was ignoring her so much. I think I was driving her crazy. And then one time she was just like, okay, enough. And I was like, oh my God, it took me by surprise. So have you hooked up with friends?
Yes.
Yeah?
No, well, I also feel like, again, I've been in relationships where it started as friendship, where there was like a little bit of interest, but it's more of like, well, no, I want to make sure I get to know this person, build a foundation so that if things don't turn out right, we can still have some kind of a relationship. And it's not just like, block you, you're out of my life forever. It's more of just like, no, we're still gonna be around each other and we can still like,
Yeah.
Is that for social reasons? Because like you're in the same group or the industry?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
For me, just I do tend to like, because I also not only want to love him, I want to like him, right? So I want to like make sure that we can just hang without there being a romantic pressure, like just kicking it and see how we are in that setting, because romantic pressure is great, but it's like also like you're trying to impress somebody. You're not yourself. You're trying to be this version of them that you think that they like, and you kind of lose yourself in that. I've done that so many times. Where I'm like, ooh, what does this guy want? Let me be a chameleon and just like, you know.
Yeah, and I make the mistake too. What does this woman want? And then you try to change yourself. It's like, this is not how it should be.
Yeah.
Jasmine, don't change yourself.
I never, unfortunately, maybe that's why I'm
Good.
alone. I do not waver.
No, you shouldn't.
You should not.
And I don't date friends. I do not
Smart.
date friends.
Yeah.
I think I'm very like defined. If I'm attracted to you, then you're not going to be my friend. How's that? And, you know, because then we'll probably date. Because why is there attraction?
Yeah.
And I think I don't like to have friends who have like ulterior motives. Like, because then I don't consider that to be a friend.
Yeah, I've dated actresses and they've had tons of guy friends, and I'm like, this is not going to work out.
I mean, I have many guy friends, just, you know, by nature of some of my interests and my personality, but it's very clear lines. There's never any kind of flirting and stuff, because sometimes I think I've seen those, like, you know,
Every
hetero
guy's trying to get in your
friendships.
pants.
That is absolutely not true.
Yeah,
Oh.
I work in comedy. Like, I have a million guy friends because of that.
I bet half those guys are trying to get in your pants.
Yeah, probably. But like, it's just oh my God, I can't speak English right now. It's just
You can speak in
a
French. We've
hazard
got a French
of
audience.
being a comedian. No, we're not going to speak in French. But yeah, it's just it's a part of being a comedian. And I have really good friendships with some people that there's no chance on earth I would have ever been friends with if it wasn't for comedy. You meet like the weirdest eclectic like friend groups, like, and you just create these weird friendships over it. Like, I don't know. It's
No, I
interesting.
get it.
Yeah. One of my best friends is like a 52-year-old man. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
Or Kevin?
I love Kevin. Yeah.
Is he that guy?
No.
He-
Yes.
Jesus.
Shout out, Kevin.
Love Kevin.
Shout out to Kevin.
Kevin. Mr. Alderman.
We can talk about dating all day here, but you also like represent being female voices in your careers. And I feel like your careers, even Jasmine has a Bollywood podcast. I feel like you do
Even me.
represent.
Sorry. I got excited.
No, it's okay. You can do whatever you want. Did you think about this before entering this profession? Because I know in comedy, it's definitely one-sided.
Yeah. I did not give it any forethought, truthfully, until I got into it and then realized, wow, this is different. And it's either like, it's such an interesting position to be in because people are either like wanting to support you and the fact that, or like it's like, or it doesn't matter that you're a woman, like no one's thinking about it. Or there are guys I've actually heard like said to me multiple times, well, like you're only really getting the opportunity because like you're a female comic and we need more female comics and like da-da-da-da. And it's like, you know, it's such a, it's kind of a bullshit cop-out thing to say. Like I don't, and anyway, it's been, can you tell I'm like
I
the
totally
Trump-
agree.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah.
I totally agree. I mean, it's also the the way they treat you, right? You're immediately, no matter how long you've been doing it or how skilled you are, just the fact that you're female, you're not gonna get really any credit. I don't know. It's a weird. I love it because it's like I didn't think about it where I'm like, oh yeah, there aren't that many female comedians or aren't as many, so like I'm gonna do it, but there's a lot of doubt, there's a lot of no's, there's a lot of rejection in being, even when I wanted to produce my comedy show, right? People are like, you can't do that. And I'm like, well, yes, I can, watch me.
Yeah. I don't know if you've come across this. I've gotten like from actually several comedians telling me how when I go up on stage, like I need to get a certain minority of the crowd to like me first. Like you need to get like people go on dates to comedy shows. So you need to get the girl to like you first. And the guy's not going to be comfortable laughing until his date is laughing at your jokes, that kind of a thing. So, and I'm like, so I have to alter it. I know.
That's wild.
That's too much to think about. You have enough
so
going
that's
on
why
stage.
I often open about like farting or like shitting myself or something, or like some way to get the girls on my side. Like,
does that get women on your side?
Yeah, or like speaking poorly about like men, or like something out of the gate.
That gets all the women when you insult men. It's like you immediately got that for sure.
So just like the farting and like those jokes, it's like to make me seem
relatable.
Yeah, and ugly. Like, I don't know, gross.
Or comfortable.
Yeah.
Even for me, like, I do a lot of self-deprecating humor just to make sure it's like, hey, I'm not better than anybody. Yeah. I'm just here to just, like, have a good time and share these experiences.
Exactly.
But I want to relate to people. But I also feel like when you do that, it's a little bit more relatable.
Yeah, for sure.
And I also think you get just critiqued more on what you talk about, correct? Like, men can be as offensive and aggressive and angry and whatever they want in any type of context. But if a woman does that, she's too emotional, too manipulative, too insecure, to all of these things where it's unfair.
Yeah. But you, Jasmine, what's your
regarding
being a female doing a Bollywood podcast?
I hadn't super thought about it. I mean, there are other, female movie reviewers and stuff. I did think about it from the gossip lens of, this could come with a lot of hate. And I really thought about it once I went from like audio only to more of a video show on YouTube. I was like, you're like opening up a can of worms and critiques and stuff. And
everyone's going to have an opinion about everything.
Yeah. And, but at the same time, I do think there was a fear. And I think I mentioned this in a previous episode of, there's certain fan bases and, I'm crossing like cultural lines, it's a very global show. And then there's a big audience in India and then there's here. And how am I like straddling sensitivities when I talk about things about men and women? And and I also try to be like equally hateful to men as I am, because I think a lot of us just as like a, that's how we're primed, is to like, take down a woman's outfit or say that this song is vulgar or something, right? And it's always like very critical of women, to your point. Yeah. And I try to always be like, no, this guy's ugly. Like, he shouldn't be in movies too. So I try to be very equal to the hatred.
I like that.
Yeah. I like that, yeah.
Yeah, and the praise.
I can't relate to what you guys go through in comedy, obviously. But as a male, I don't think about the female struggle so much, but I do hold women to the same standard. I do empathize with women. It must be really hard. And especially being attractive, because you guys are both attractive.
Oh my God, thank you.
That laugh. It must be hard, when I see the sleazebags in comedy. I know guys in general,
Yeah, I'm so much more than my tits, No,
honestly, it must be hard, because you don't know, like, I see guys bringing these women on the road with them to open, and I'm like, what's going on here? Are you trying to like hook up with her on the road?
But that directly goes against what Genevieve was saying, which is, that you've assumed because she's an attractive female that maybe that's how she got that opportunity. It's a very non-conscious bias. It's not like your fault.
I just think guys are kind of sleazebags in general. Not to make myself look better, but I just think, it's a
or
tough,
worse.
Yeah, or worse. Look, I do many sleazy things too as well. I'm not like a perfect angel.
Oh my God.
That's the great thing about this podcast. I can get fired from my own podcast.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Well, we have to wrap up. So, where can we find you, Genevieve?
Genevieve Dube. That's DUBEC on Instagram and TikTok.
If you come back to the U.S.
If I'm ever back, if I don't get deported.
You have any shows you want to promote?
I mean, this isn't going to be out. Yeah, no, I don't know. I have a show tonight, but in 2 weeks I'm going to be in Canada. I'm actually starting to film. You
want to say it?
This is actually very exciting. I just found out I got a female lead role in a new comedy that starts shooting the first week of May.
That's amazing.
Nice.
Congratulations.
That's big.
That's awesome.
So I'm very excited about that. I will have shows in and around Toronto when this is coming out. And then I'm also going to be in New York for a few shows May 15th. So I'll be posting that stuff on my Instagram stories. And
Congratulations.
TikTok. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. I'm
amazing.
very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be really funny. It's a really hilarious script. And one of the guys running it, producing it, did like The Simpsons, Futurama.
That's
what else
wild.
did it in their heyday? Yeah.
Never heard of those shows.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm excited.
You can find me at Mehta on Instagram and Priya.Mehta on TikTok.
And you guys can find me on YouTube and Instagram at Hot Chai Pod. Tune in. And thanks for having me.
Or find her on her date tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Don't find me.
And you can find me at Tarun Shetty. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Please promote an episode, sponsor, however you want to help us. We appreciate it. Thank you guys for jumping in, doing this fantastic female empowerment
This
episode.
is so much fun.
This was so much fun.
I know.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we
This is
all
good.
go out on her date
Let's
after
go.
this?
I'm down.
Let's go get
do it. Where are
drinks
you
or something.
going?
This is fun.
Okay, you guys do that.
Sorry. Yeah, completely. Okay, bye.
Tarun's not invited.
And we will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Great. Thank God.
That was so much fun.